So today we're having our first open house in many years. I'm actually not quite sure. This might even be since the late 1990s since we've had an open house. And we really weren't sure what we were going to get for a turnout, but we tried to prepare for a large turnout, which I'm glad we did because it seems like we've had a lot of interest and a lot of people come through, which is great to see because it gives us a chance to interact with the community, teach a little bit about fire prevention, to make everybody safer, and also teach a little bit about what we do here and how the department operates, and really kind of explain to the taxpayers who pay for all this what we do, why we're here, and what we can do for them. Some of the demonstrations we've had, we have the state fire marshal here with their investigation dog, who can sniff out accelerants like gasoline that people use to start fires with. We have a side-by-side burn trailer, and it's a trailer with two different sides. One side has a sprinkler and one side doesn't, and you light a fire in both of them with regular household furnishings, and people can see the difference between what a sprinkler does for them and what it's like not having a sprinkler. We also did a car fire demonstration. We did we've done one, we got another one coming up shortly, turkey fire demonstration to show what happens when people don't thaw their turkeys ahead of time and they just put their frozen turkey in the fryer, which does happen, and it does boil over and starts a fire. We have several other static displays from the State Fire Marshal's office. We're giving out hot dogs and popcorn. We have face painting. We have some other little demonstrations for the kids and station tours and tours of the apparatus that are parked across the street. People can look around them and ask questions about them, and the kids can climb on them. This has really been a great event. Like I said at the beginning, it gives a chance to connect with the community, show the community what's here other than just when they drive by or see us responding on calls, and kind of see what we're all about. As much as possible. So it's been a great day for us, and we're very glad for the turnout. We expect to do this again next year, and we hope to have just as a great a turnout. The weather certainly helps. It's about a perfect day, but hopefully again next year we'll have the same thing. We'll mix up the displays a little bit, do some different things, some of the same things, and hopefully we can have a great turnout again next year.
Kyle Levesque, Captain of Training at the Hudson Fire Department, here at the EMS table for the HFD open house. For the EMS table, we have two different stations where we're learning about stop the bleed techniques and CPR techniques. The stop the bleed station consists of two different parts. One is using gauze. So using the quick clot gauze, we're learning how to stop a bleed just by filling a hole. So you have two different types of wounds here, and participants are learning how to actually take gauze and stuff and fill a wound. And the purpose of this station is for wounds that can't have bleeding stopped by a tourniquet. The other piece of equipment that we're learning is how to actually apply a tourniquet, and we're teaching participants what a tourniquet is about, how it operates. For this particular station, we're using a commercial available tourniquet, and we're showing how to actually apply the tourniquet in a safe fashion. Primarily, when we're teaching these skills, it's because this is a time-sensitive skill. So the stop the bleed skill is really about stopping the bleeding before EMS or police get there. This is a life-saving skill. It's easy to learn how to do and requires very little setup and very little knowledge, and it can save somebody's life. For the CPR station, we have two different mannequins down there. The two different mannequins that we have are an adult mannequin and a kid mannequin. We also have an AED, so participants are learning on how to do CPR appropriate for adults, infants, and AED application. Again, this is something that's simple, easy to learn, life-saving skill. When people look at EMS and firefighters, they think that we save a lot of people, but the reality is that the bystanders doing CPR before we get there, stopping the bleed before we get there, will help increase someone's success of or likelihood of survival. So really important life skills, easy to learn, and that's what we're doing down here at the HFD open house. Thanks for watching.
Hello, my name is Brian Aller with the New Hampshire State Fire Marshal's Office. Today we're here talking with the public on home safety A lot of educational questions for kids. We also have our arson detection canine Reeves here with us today. It's been a great experience so far. Lots of kids and families coming through to talk with us. The best way to get a hold of the Fire Marshal's office is through our social media and or our website.
My name is Saul Rossman. Today I have my partner, Reeves. He's an ignitable liquid detection dog, and his job is to sniff out ignitable liquids when we go do a fire investigation. So I work for the state fire marshal's office, and essentially Reeves is an employee of the state. So I'm his handler. He goes to work every day with me. He lives at home with me, and he's a home pet when we're not at work. So I've had Reeves about 5.5 years now, and he just turned 7 a couple of weeks ago. So far the turnout's been really great. The weather's is nice, it's a little cool, makes it just a great day for people to come out and about. And I would say so far, there's been at least 100 people that have come through with a bunch of kids, and they've been able to take a little time and meet Reeves and go around and just check out everything that the fire department's had to offer today. So it's been real nice. During the day, you can just call our office from 8 to 4 at 603-223-4289. And then for events and so forth, later on, outside of those hours or weekends, our office can be contacted through the New Hampshire State Police. Move that one to a different spot, but you have to remember where you put it. And I'll cover his eyes so he doesn't cheat. No one likes a cheater. Dogs are really smart. All right, you know where it is? I don't know where it is because I wasn't watching. So we got to really trust the dog. All right, let's see. Show me. Show me. That's a good boy. And this is how he gets his food every day.
What we're trying to show you here in this house hazard setup is really what not to do, and to show you what you really should be doing. I think you already know some of these answers. What do you see about this stove? What's one of the first things you see that's danger? Could it be this? Yeah, but what about this this towel? Do you think this is a good spot for it? No, it doesn't, because this is going to catch fire, right? So it needs to be off to the side, maybe near the kitchen sink. And here, you have paper towels that are over the back of the stove. That's going to potentially catch on fire. It's a bad spot. So we want those to go away, right? We want these to go away somewhere safer. And most houses don't have paper towels in front of the stove. So here is a pot. This pot is metal. Do you think metal gets hot when we put heat to it? Yeah, so you need to make sure as a kid to always be cooking with mom or dad or gram or gramp, but never alone. And that's what this is trying to show us here. Also, we're using oven mitts, and I'm going to use this as an example so I don't burn my hands. Just like if you're baking cookies in the oven and you take them out of the oven, you're not grabbing them with your fingers, you're grabbing them with a protected hand, usually an oven mitt, right? So let's go over a little bit to the left. Think of your toaster like an electrical outlet. Would you ever put a fork in an electrical outlet? No, it'll hurt you by electricity. We call that electrocution. So if I'm not going to do this, definitely not going to do that. This, yeah. So this demonstration prop helps us show that this is an everyday kitchen appliance. We make toast out of it or warm up our Eggo waffles. This is great, but it's dangerous because when we misuse it, it's like an outlet. So if a piece of toast or an Eggo waffle doesn't pop up, well, you need to call an adult to help get it out, because sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to grab my fork and just stick it in, and then it would electrocute us. That was all a demonstration. I'm okay and I'm safe, but that's what's going to happen in a bad day, and it really would hurt you. However, if we use our stuff properly, then we're just going to have a toaster. It'll go ding, it'll pop it up, you'll grab your Eggo right off the top, a little bit of maple syrup or butter, whatever you do, and you can enjoy a lovely breakfast or snack. So here's an example of somebody's attic. That's above the living area. Usually we keep stuff away like holiday decorations or extra clothes. Can you find the pet squirrels? Do you have pet squirrels in your house? Yeah. So here's a silly thing. Make sure your squirrels have leashes on them and they're not upstairs in the attic being mischievous. And also take a look at all the mess. Now we all live in houses that we leave shoes around and right, we all leave things on the floor, but we got to clean them up. We got to clean up because everyone's going to do our share. I just did that. And this looks cleaner, don't you think? So that's what this is trying to suggest to us. We just need to do our job keeping our toys together, putting them all away, and being safer. And as adults, we always need to have face plates on all of the outlet covers, all the switches. And if anything has an exposed wire, that's just a chance of something to get in there and go sideways, go wrong. So we cover those up, get the screws in, and also make sure that we keep the floors and the areas around it clean. So look at this. This is just like the stove we just talked about. But if we have paper towels over the back of the stove, they might catch fire. So we're going to keep that cleaner. Oh, here's the bathroom. Too many things plugged in. So a curling iron, and also we have the hair dryer in there on the sink and on the toilet. Do we put things with electricity around things with water? No, absolutely. That's dangerous. Absolutely. It also could electrify us. So just like my toaster here. Now this is a little bit extraordinary. Generally, I don't have flames and smoke flying from my toaster. But if you have a piece of bread, like a big bagel, that's stuck inside your toaster and it doesn't pop out, and it keeps on getting toasted, which also means burnt. Sometimes people call burning things cooking. We need to make sure we pull the power out of the extension cord, out of the outlet. Have an adult do it if you can't handle it, because we want you to be safe before you get it out with another device. You have to have an adult help you with that, or else you get some kind of a really, really bad shock. We don't want you to get hurt. So this morning, we went to a house fire that was controlled. That means it didn't get away from us, and the person did their job, and they called us immediately. What number do we call? Emergency happens.
What number do you call?
911, absolutely. So even if you think something's okay, if it just seems different, call 911. We will come and we'll help identify that nothing's wrong, because it takes time for us to get there, right? So with that stated, somebody's power strip melted today. And we don't know why. There's lots of little reasons, but the important thing is know that when you plug your power strip in, your power strip goes into this outlet, not into another extension cord. Because who knows if that extension cord's rated to be together with that power strip? Who knows if that extension cord is weaker, and that's the part that's going to get hot and melt. And don't overload extension cords into another extension cord, or power strips into power strips. We call that daisy chaining. So power and electrical safety, it just takes some common sense. And I love the Amazon and other retailers, because now you can get 6-foot cords that are meant for that power strip. But please make sure that they're rated. UL rated is one of the ratings, and I think EU, because the European Union does have standards, but the underwriting laboratory, UL, is still going to be the greatest. Thank you, I forgot about that. And don't do something silly and think that you're going to improve something by changing the design. Thank you, that was very well put. Hi, I'm firefighter Bill Mortimer of the Hudson, New Hampshire Fire Department. Today we are working with some of our partners and our department showing fire prevention safety tips. This is our fire prevention open house, something we haven't done in many years, and we're really excited that this is coming back to Hudson. If you do have any questions, our business line here at the fire department is 603-886-6021. And of course, in an emergency or any scenario you think might be an emergency, call us on 911. If you have the good intentions, we will absolutely be able to take care of whatever you need. Not for pizza, but for emergencies. And don't be bashful. We'd rather get there and help you understand that things are okay and give you our advice than to find out that we're wasting time with not making us get out of bed. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Hello, my name is Kathy Prevost.
My name is Mark McKenna. We come to events and have a blood pressure clinic set up, and we offer healthcare information. Kathy is a RN.
Yep, I'm an RN, and we try to get people here to, we tell them information about the mobile health clinic that is sponsored by St. Joseph's. We at the mobile health clinic are staffed by drivers, receptionists, nurse practitioners, registered nurses, and what we do is through various times throughout the week we go to different places in the city of Nashua, and today we're here in Hudson to offer care to people for not emergency type things, but more along the lines of blood pressure checks. We do screenings for people. We can do HIV testing. We can do blood pressure screening, as I said, blood sugars. We can do sexually transmitted infection screenings. So we do a lot. We do a lot of referrals as well.
We're out in the community 4 days a week. We've got a schedule. We're at the library at the top of the hill on Mondays and Wednesdays. The easiest way to get a hold of us would be on our website, and there's a mobile health clinic link to our website, and you can find out more information that way.
It's been fabulous. We've had so many people just come by who wanted to take a look through our mobile health clinic. We've also had lots and lots of children who are interested in having their blood pressure taken. We've had lots of adults wanting to have their blood pressure taken. I think we've seen, for us, almost 45 people so far. I mean, it's been a really fabulous turnout.
Stepping into the clinic, first off, we have our reception area where you can get registered to be seen by either a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner. Once they have been registered, then we move forward into our main exam room where the nurse practitioner can do a number of things, non-urgent type care. We also do point of care testing. We can check blood pressure. We also offer flu, shingles, and a number of different vaccinations depending on the time of year.
Right now we are in our testing area. What we do here, we don't have it out right now because we're doing a community event. We're doing blood pressures, but normally what we would do is when people come in and they want to be tested for HIV, for any of the STIs such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, any urinary tract infections for females we can do, as well as males. And we would see the patient out in the exam room, and then we would collect any data that we need to. We bring it back in here, and we do our testing. Some of the testing is very quick, such as a blood sugar is very quick. Other testing can take up to maybe half an hour. I neglected to say we also do hepatitis C screening. We do that as well. We can also give home HIV kits for patients who decide that they want to come in, but maybe they don't want to wait half an hour to have the testing result. Mark and I would like to thank you for joining us in our tour of our mobile health clinic from St. Joseph's Hospital. One thing that we do want to mention is that we do help the underserved population, the unhoused and the unsheltered population. You will see the van, the mobile health van, throughout the streets of Nashua. So if you just want a tour and you just want to stop by and ask us questions, please do not hesitate to come and see us. We're here for you, and that is really our mission, to be here for you.
Hi, my name's Jeremy. I'm here with Pack 21 at the Hudson Fire Department at their open house today. We have some safe inflatable archery down here for the kids. Come on down, we'll have a great time. You can talk about scouting and learn all sorts of fire safety information. We have our safe archery set up here. You know, our goal is to try and hit the floating balls. Weather doesn't always permit, so we have our X's in the background. It's really just to teach the kids the basic of archery in a safe environment. Over here we have a trifold with a bunch of the different activities we've done. Some photos from our camp we go to every summer. Monster truck rallies, chuck wagon, which is a yearly competition we do every year. Just all sorts of good information about Pack 21 Cub Scouting over here. Trailer is, again, it's just where we haul all of our gear. Makes it very convenient. Again, don't need to load up anyone's car anymore. And again, QR code with all of our pack information on there. Pack 21, we are very involved in the community of Hudson. We do all sorts of service projects for the town. We also, just as organization, meet weekly. You meet with kids of your own age. Once a month we meet with kids from K through 5th grade together. Do all sorts of fun outdoor activities and just general scout activities. It's a lot of fun. You can sign up online. We have information here at the booth. You can go to our website online, just search Pack 21 in Hudson, New Hampshire. Will be the first pop-up you see.
Starting the clock, you should see a fire in either one of those. There, now I've started the clock, and there's the smoke. You hear the smoke detector going off. That made it time to wake you up. Make sure when your smoke detector's going off, you're getting up out of your bed, staying low to the floor, crawling low in smoke. So there's the right side without any sprinkler in it. It's going. And if you notice, the left side, within 15 seconds, the sprinklers is activating. And if you notice, it's keeping the fire down to almost nothing. That will put that fire out. That one sprinkler head in there puts out about 12 gallons of water a minute. It's able to keep that fire at bay so the fire department can get there, or until someone notices the fire and helps put it out. If you notice, the flames are just barely been put out. That fire is out within almost 50 seconds. Just a little bit of there. But if you notice the right-hand side, it'd be awful hard to get out of that fire. I can feel the heat from here. I probably can feel the heat where you are. That fire, if you notice on the left-hand side with the fire sprinkler is giving you time to get out of the fire. That's why fire sprinklers save your lives. Smoke detectors save lives also. We're going to let this time go till about 6 minutes. In about 6 minutes, by that time, the fire department should have notified. They're getting to your house within about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We're not even at 2 yet. And that fire is really going on already. Left-hand side, all there is smoke, and it has put that fire out. That's one sprinkler head.
I think the wrong day to wear black.
So a fire, if we had thermometers inside of there, you'd notice that the fire that's coming out of the top, probably 1,500, 1,600 degrees. No one would be able to live there. That pop you heard, they got there pretty fast, obviously. Within 2 minutes, they're putting the fire out. The fire is out on the left-hand side. And now there's nothing but knockdown for the fire department. They're going to go in and make sure that there's no other fire, no other extension. That's what the officer's for. The officer's going to make sure the fire hasn't extended anywhere outside of that area. If you had sprinklers in your house, all you would want to do now is go over and shut the sprinkler off. And yes, it would be wet in that room, but that fire probably didn't get out of that room. It stayed right there. That's what sprinklers are good for. It is also still great if you don't have sprinklers, if you have your smoke detectors. You want to make sure your smoke detectors are good at home, work very well. You want to make sure that they're within 10 years of their manufactured date. You usually find that in the back of the smoke detector. It gives you time to be able to get up, get out of the fire. If you can't get out of the room, you make sure your door would stay closed. If you went over to a window, open the bottom of the window and pull down the top window, the fire would go out the top, or the smoke would go out the top of the window. Hudson's Finest, bringing someone to the hospital. The smoke would go out the top of the window, fresh air would come in the bottom, and you'd yell, "Help, help, help!" Somebody, your next door neighbor, hopefully, if you haven't made them mad lately, would be able to call the fire department and give you a hand. So this is what the firefighters are doing. They're doing its overhaul, salvage and overhaul. On the left-hand side, they'd be doing a lot of salvage. They'd be throwing salvage covers, making sure the water shut down. They would help that person try to be able to get that house back in order for them, to be able to get back into the house as soon as possible. Maybe a few days because they have to dry out that one area. But hopefully no one got hurt there. On the right-hand side, you notice, they're going to start pulling the ceiling and pulling the wall. When they pull the ceilings, they're making sure fire hasn't got outside of the area where the origin is. If you notice, that drywall that's in the back, drywall is there to protect the interior. If you notice, it did protect the interior. There's not much smoke, but they are pulling that ceiling, pulling the walls, making sure there's no fire anywhere else, and it didn't extend anywhere.
So this is going to simulate a van fire. If we've been called, someone dials 911. 911 gets picked up in either Concord or Laconia, gets transferred to our dispatch center, which is right here at 15 Library Street. The dispatcher picks it up. Hudson Litchfield Fire and Emergency. Do you have an emergency? Somebody says, yes, my van's on fire. 12 school streets in the parking lot. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, it's on fire. Great. The dispatcher hits a button on the console. It's probably going to hit Central Station to notify them. It's a pre-alert. Tells them that she's going to hit a bell. The guys start walking downstairs. I shouldn't say guys. We do have one firefighter who's a female. Her name is Sarah. She's a paramedic, so I'll just say firefighters from now. I get in trouble that way. So they'll start walking downstairs. So you probably get, for a car fire, you're going to end up having 2 engines. You'll have the district engine. This is District 2. You'll get engine 2 out of Central, and the squad. The squad has 2 people that ride on that squad. They're extra personnel. There's 3 people on the engine, so with the other 2, now we have 5. And if you notice, everybody's putting on their breathing apparatus. So inside of their tanks is air, just the same air that we breathe here. In the back of the station, if you notice, there's a small, looks like an air intake. The big blue machine that's in the back of the station on the addition side is our compressor. That's where it takes it, sticks it into those bottles. Those bottles are 4,500 PSI bottles. They should last about 15 or 20 minutes, probably for me, 8 minutes or 9 minutes because I'm old. They put their mask on, that's how they get the air from the tank to their face. We have some people who probably get 30 to 45 minutes out of one of those bottles. Deputy Enos is going to start the fire. We're going to add some propane to it, and there it goes. So now, someone's called 911, my van's on fire, help, help, help. The engine comes up. We have the first team and a backup team. We always have a backup team that's there. They're going to come up to the fire. You notice we don't fight fires without our breathing apparatus on, even outside. Some of the stuff, some of the plastics that are inside the cars are very dangerous. So they have to have their breathing apparatus on and make sure that they're okay, even though they're outside. They're using a fog pattern. They're going to keep the fire at bay, make sure they can get as close as possible to maybe find out what's in fire, check inside, make sure there's nobody inside. In case we have to rescue someone to get out of there. They said they were going to try it a couple times, so we're going to let Deputy Enos start the fire again. And there's the second one. Can you feel the heat? Oh. There it is, the first line going in, checking around. Notice he's even has water on the ground in case it comes from up underneath the van. And he's got the fire. Notice the steam coming off the top of the van because that's how hot it is in there. And now he's going to cool things down inside. If you do have your car seems on fire, if you're driving and all of a sudden you smell smoke, please pull off the side of the road, get out of your car, make sure it's safe on the side of the road, get everybody out of your car, stand away from it, dial 911. Fire department should be there within about 6 minutes, at least in Hudson we're there within about 6 minutes. Who owns an electric vehicle here? Anybody own an electric vehicle, an EV? One person. Excellent. Lots of EVs these days out on the road. Electric vehicles have a battery that's usually underneath the vehicle. It's been found, we haven't gone to an electric vehicle fire ourselves in Hudson, but there have been plenty throughout the country. They're finding it's very hard to put those fires out because once the fire starts and gets to that battery pack seems to run away because of the type of battery that's there. Very hard to put it out. In fact, Germany, in Germany, the firefighters that are there are federal firefighters. They belong to the country. They work for the federal government. And Germany actually has at all their fire stations a roll-off dumpster full of water. That's what they do with the fire that are on an EV. They dump it in the dumpster to put the fire out. There's a good fire right there. And you thought only Walt Disney World could do that. The gear the firefighters wear insulates them. It keeps the fire off their body. If you notice, you see when they take off their gear, they have a hood on, just like the NASCAR drivers wear, just like the astronauts wear to keep fire off their hair. All their gear is keeps any fire away from them. It does get very hot in there. And if I'm not mistaken, that's firefighter Sarah. I should say firefighter paramedic Sarah on the line. One of our only female firefighter. We also want to thank Rice Towing for the truck. We appreciate him being able to, Abbott Towing. Rick Rice, who was able to bring us that van, got that van for not much money, which was great. We appreciate him. We appreciate Weber Auto also for fixing the inside or cleaning out the inside of the truck so we could burn it. We appreciate that everyone that helps us out. I appreciate the firefighters that were here today. Just like they overhauled the trailer, they're going to overhaul the van, make sure fire's out of everywhere. And you can see Sarah's fighting that back with the lieutenant that's with her, Lieutenant Crane. They're making sure that water that comes out of there comes out at pretty good force. They're making sure they can hang on to that nozzle and finish putting out the fire that's there. The safety crew's making sure that the first crew that's there, making sure they're safe. And it's going to do some overhaul, make sure there's nothing else on fire. And it looks like it's out. So Thursday, Thanksgiving this year, there'll be a lot of people trying to cook turkeys like this. I had said in the first time we did this turkey fryer that Thanksgiving Day is a day when across the country there are the most small fires in everybody's house because unfortunately, I cook a turkey in the oven and something happens and messes up. Same thing if I have my turkey fryer outside and somebody forgets, oh, I was supposed to thaw that turkey? Yes, you can't put frozen turkey in the hot oil because it ends up boiling over and somebody could get hurt. And the turkey won't taste good. So today, we're gonna have somebody drop that frozen turkey into the boiling oil, peanut oil. It's about 300 or 400 degrees. You're also going to notice people don't remember that when they put the turkey in the oil, it displaces a lot of the oil, and if they filled it right to the top, not good. It ends up boiling over, and that peanut oil ignites, and things could go bad. We've had a few turkey incidents in town. So if you look at the firefighters wearing their gear, it's about another 135 pounds, 140 pounds, all their gear plus the breathing apparatus. If they were carrying a fire extinguisher and a tool, which is what they're always supposed to have, it weighs almost 200 pounds, everything they're wearing. But it does insulate us from the fire, keeps the fire off of our skin. Of course, you can't walk right into it, but you can get pretty close to it. It does protect us. Remember, your turkey should not be frozen when you put it in a turkey fryer. Not a good idea. Water and hot oil don't mix. Other people obviously forget how much that turkey displaces the oil, the hot oil, so when they drop it in and it boils over like that, now you start a fire all over the place. If you are going to fry a turkey this Thanksgiving, make sure it's not frozen. Make sure you know how much is going to be displaced of that peanut oil. We're going to do a portable extinguisher fire. So if you have a portable extinguisher at home and you really want to learn how to try one, you could try it right here. So Ashley's been voluntold to do our portable fire extinguisher. So here's our portable fire extinguisher. Got to remember 4 letters to a word. And the word is pass, P-A-S-S. What do you think those 4 letters stand for? Anybody want to pick the first P? What does that stand for? Do you see the pin that's right here? Well, how do you think I make this extinguisher work? Pull the pin. That's the first P. Okay, Ashley, I'm going to have you stand right here. So Ashley's first. So Ashley, we're ready. Start the fire. Okay, so all of a sudden there's as soon as Pete gets it going, there's a fire. See how warm it is? Ashley sees the fire. So if she's in an industrial building or a commercial building, she'd pull the fire alarm. She'd tell, get out, get out, get out, there's a fire. She starts walking out and goes, wait a minute, I walk by an extinguisher. I can see, look, the gauge is a yellow line where the green triangle is. That means it's good. That means you can use that one. Let's use this one. We're going to remember pass, right? P-A-S-S. That first P is for what? Pull the pin. Pull away. Sometimes pulling doesn't work. Twist it sometimes. Twist. Keep twisting. Twist. Don't worry, you're not going to break it. There you go. You broke the seal. Pull the fin out. Okay, now put one hand under here. whatever your stronger hand is, right? And put your thumb on there. Hey, hang on. Okay, let go. You're gonna pull that out of there. So there's P. She pulled the pin, and now she's gonna A. What do you think the A stands for? Got any ideas? No. A? Aim, right? Aim. Are we gonna aim at the top where the flames are? No, we're gonna aim at the base of the fire. So you're gonna put your hand right here at the end. You're gonna aim at the base of the fire. We're gonna move up a little bit. We're gonna get 6 to 8 feet away. The first S, what do you think the first S is for? Spray. How about squeeze? She's got a handle here. She has to squeeze. First S is squeeze. Pull the pin, aim at the base of the fire, and squeeze. Squeeze. Come on, squeeze, squeeze. Push, push. Oh, come on up, come on up. How about the last S? What's that one for? Spray, side to side. Sweep, side to side. Good, you can stop. Nice job. Back up. Keep your eyes on the fire, because if it goes up again, you want to make sure that you see it. Hey, Ashley, do a good job. Yeah. Nice job. I owe you a poster, Ashley.